welcome back. We're gonna do a BMX Action magazine tonight. I haven't done one. Ooh man, it's probably been a couple weeks, so I definitely wanted to get one done. Tonight we are gonna do BMX Action December 1988. So I'm pretty pumped up to do this one. December 88, still in high school. We're about midway through my senior year of high school. So I was having a really good time in 88. I definitely loved that year. It's funny when you're in high school and you think to yourself, man, you walk in there and you're 14 years old. It's 1984. Everybody seemed grown up, and I was still like pretty much an eighth grader. And then before you know it, man, you're a senior driving to school in my Toyota FX16. I thought I was the man. But anyway, let's get into the magazine, guys. I'm anxious to do this one. I'll see you in there. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I haven't done a magazine in a little while. I did 2 race videos in a row, and then we've covered a local race at Spreckles Park in Manteca. So a little bit behind on these, so I figured, well, I probably should knock one of these out. This is December 1988 BMX Action. This one's pretty cool. Now, this magazine is a little bit rough. You can see it's got a significant bend in it here, and then the back covers is damaged a little bit, but overall it's still intact though. It's still in pretty good condition, so I'm going to be pretty careful with this one. This is my cousin's magazine as well. And let's get into it. So on the cover, looks like we got Gary Ellis on the cover. It's strange to see Gary in goggles because I don't think I've ever seen him race in goggles. It's either nothing at all or eyeglasses. So this was probably done just for this for this cover shot. He's the 1988 world champion at the time. And that says, in this one, we're going to have Life After BMX. John Tomac is proof. And then racing on the 33rd parallel, IBMXF Chile World Championships. So we're going to take a look at that one. Pretty simple cover, though. But it's a race cover. I love it. Love the race covers. They're always my favorite. So let's get into this one. Let's see what we got. All right. Already it's looking pretty good. So we've got the Haro ad on the inside cover. It looks like, I don't know, who's the rider here, guys? I don't know the freestyle guys that well, but I do see Mike King right here. This is just a great shot right here. I love that one too. I really, really like the colors on this Haro freestyle bike right here. Really, really nice. So on the inside cover of BMX Action, you can see the logo's a little different here. This is really new. On the outside, it looks exactly the same. And in my opinion, I really think they should have never changed this logo. Should have just left it, because some things just shouldn't change, like Sports Illustrated, for example, People Magazine. Always look the same. Time Magazine, BMX Action is timeless, so it should have stayed that way. All right, and the inside cover, looks like we got Todd Lyons here, and he looks like he's on Eagle Snacks at the time, and he's got this full helicopter cross up with the knack thing going on here. Really, really, really cool. I like it. That's an awesome picture. Let's see, what do we got? We've got Dear Gork, Dirt, and then we have the John Tomac BMX Action interview, IBMX World Championships. They're testing the MCS Magnum, the complete bike. We got the ABA Mile High Nationals in Colorado. That'll be cool to look at. The ABA Super Nationals in Coal Canyon, and then outtakes. Looks like we got some race stuff in this one. This will be cool. Let's go into it. We got an ad for Vans here. This is a pretty cool shot from Rick Allison. MT Racing here. And then maybe this is where they were headed for that logo. I don't know. Let's keep going. We got your typical full page GT ad. Love it. Love it. This is really cool. Never had a pair of these cranks. These Power Series cranks, but I understand they're really sought after now by collectors and they're hard to find. So I think that's pretty cool. Oh, Mr. Bill rips Billy Griggs on the red line. Red line BMX models available in the 800 PXL and 400C. Always admired how much attention to detail that Billy would put into his equipment and his gear. Everything is meticulous and well thought out. He had his own look. If you see Billy in any of my race videos, always well put together. You never see Billy showing up kind of ragtag at a race, and the exception I see to that one, to that comment I should say, is I have him racing in Las Vegas for one of those Jag World Championship races, and he was on Mongoose, and it was so weird because he was racing in his Mongoose jersey, but he had on 50 Levi's 501s. And that is the only time I've ever seen him kind of not fitted, but honestly, he was so cool and so fast, he'd still look awesome even in his jeans. So that's pretty funny. All right, let's go to some Dear Gork. Let's see if we can find an easy one to read tonight. Let's see. This one says from July 1981. Whoa, this is an old one. Your magazine is numero uno, BMXA rules. But how's about starting a new controversy? The Dear Whiz letters are getting a bit predictive lately, and that's from Wild Bill Henry. And that was in 1981. I wonder why they put these letters in here. This is kind of interesting. Let's see what this guy says. This is for May 1981. It says, Dear Whiz, I'm writing to express the distaste for the phenomenon that is spreading across the U.S. BMX scene. Our tracks are rapidly deteriorating into havens for the timid. The starting hills are getting smaller. The jumps are not even designed to give the riders air anymore. There is no way a rider can improve the skills on a tame track. This is supposed to be motocross, ruts, bumps, jumps. The people responsible for taming BMX are degrading the credibility of our beloved sport. What sort of sport is it when an overweight 9-year-old novice can finish a race without even breathing hard? Wow. Radical racing and racing have become mutually exclusive when they should be compatible. The pros dominate because they had early experience on radical tracks like Randall Ranch, and it says Soledad Sands, Yardnell, Weinert Mountain, and Corona. But what of our newer riders? They will never perform on the higher level if more is not demanded of them. Let's give them a chance. And that was written by Doug McGuff out of San Antonio, Texas in May 1981. It's so strange to read this. First of all, this magazine's from 1988, so this letter is 7 years old. But if you guys, if you listen to the theme of his letter, it's like he wrote it today, because that's what a lot of guys complain about today. They go, hey, the tracks are not what they used to be. It's all rollers and rhythm sections and pumping and manualing. There's no jumping. So, and they're saying the tracks are too smooth. It's funny because he's saying the same thing in 1988 when I thought BMX was just awesome. I still think BMX is awesome. It just evolves. Let's see what they said here, because that was an interesting letter. He said, this letter may be 7 years old. Well, let's face it, it's much older than 7 years old now, but the subject is still hot. The tracks in the recent years have not been as challenging or exciting as they should be. Occasionally, we see Devonshire Downs or a Snipes, but lately, tracks have lacked spice. The ABA has created some quality tracks, such as Cole Canyon Track, the ABA Gold Cup Finals West track last year in Reno, along with Rockford, Illinois. But this month's Colorado track was the best I've seen in ages. Whatever happened to water holes, steep drop-offs, or just plain old jumps in general? When jumps are made right, they are fun to ride, cool to watch, and even slow down riders. Pro Older Expert sections are also a fresh alternative, and there are plenty of racers who might volunteer their time to make the track better. Sounds like this could be a controversy Wild Bill looking for Mad Dog. Well, you know what's weird is, like I said, reading this, I'm thinking to myself, man, it's exactly the same argument, pretty much as it's always been, although this letter is 42 years old. You think to yourself, holy crap, man, that was a long time ago. But his complaint is almost exactly the same as it is today. That is very, very strange. Okay, let's move on, because otherwise I'll be reading these Dear Gork things all day. What do we got in here? We got dirt. All right. Ooh, look at, I love when it still has this $15.50. You get 1 year of the magazine, or, you save $15.50. If you subscribe, you only pay $14.50, which is $1.20 an issue. Makes sense to subscribe. I should have subscribed to more magazines. I don't know why I didn't. We got Mad Dog's Tale here. Bill the Comedian. Proof by Comparison. What is this? After receiving reports from all over the U.S. concerning the recent rise in moto counts, we thought it'd be interesting to track down specifics. So we did. So if we look at Orange Y, it's an ABA track in Southern California. In 1982 to 1983, it was averaging 60 to 65 motos. Holy moly, that was a local. And then in 1985 to 1986, the moto count dropped, it says 15 to 18. Wow. 15 to 18. Now, 1985, 1986, that was kind of a freestyle era type thing. So I remember the moto counts being very, very low. So that does seem about right to me. 1988 to 1989, it's now up to the mid 30s. So I went to a local race on, what was it? I guess it was 2 weekends ago. And I filmed the race, put it on my YouTube channel, and there was 24 motos, I want to think, off the top of my head. So it's still not rivaling what it was in 82 to 83. But let's be realistic, because in 82 and 83, BMX was really at its peak. I mean, it was exploding, and I think the goal is to get local races up to that level. I'd love to get to a local race and see 50 motos. It's going to take a lot more of what Donnie Robinson did with that beginner racer program. And I think all the local tracks that work together, not having scheduling conflicts, and USA BMX, encouraging riders to do the local programs instead of just showing up, practicing, and leaving. But honestly, the showing up, practicing, and leaving, that's always been a thing. You see it all the time. Okay, let's look at Trumbull. This was an NBL track in Connecticut. 1982 and 83, it averaged 45 to 48 motos. In 1985 to 86, it was in the low 30s. In 1988 to 89, it's averaging 38 to 45. They've been pretty consistent over the course of a decade. We got Oak Creek BMX. Now, Oak Creek BMX is, oh my God, that is in Roseville, so that's not far from me. That track is still operating, and it's a very popular track. As a matter of fact, they had a huge state qualifier there last weekend. Couldn't make it, had to go help my dad with his property. But they're going to have a national there, I think, next month. I think it's the Cinco de Mayo weekend, so I'm definitely going to go check that out. But anyway, let's take it out. Oak Creek BMX was not open in 1982 and 83. In 1985 to 86, it averaged about 13 motos. In 1988 to 89, it was averaging 40 motos, which is really good. Right now, I don't know what they average. I know when I have gone to that track, there's a lot of people there. Always a lot of people there. It's a great track. River Valley BMX track, and it was in the state of Washington. It's an ABA track. Holy mackerel. In 1982, it averaged 65 motos. In 1985 to 86, it was averaging 18 to 20. 1988 to 89, it was averaging 30 to 35 motos. So that's really good. They were consistent. In 85 and 86, it did experience a drop-off, but still having 18 to 20 motos, not that bad for a local. Waterford Oaks NBL track, and this is one that I was talking about the other day because I got a Facebook connection with a rider that goes there, which is on one of my videos. It looked like it's still running really strong. Anyway, they averaged about 40 motos in 1982 to 83. In 1985 to 86, they were averaging 25. And in 1988 to 89, they were averaging 30. Again, interesting to see what they would be doing right now. If anybody knows what these tracks are doing now, because I know some of them still exist, that would be really good feedback in the comment section. We have the Hunterdon, Colorado. It was an NBL track, and it averaged 60 to 70 motos in 82 and 83, low 30s in 85 and 86, so it was still hanging in there. And then in 88 to 89, it was back up to 40 to 46 motos. Again, that's a really good turnout for a local race. All right, let's see, what else do we have in here? We have Hill and Roop, the next generation. Greg Hill and Eric Roop's junior replicas, both 4 years old, are preparing for their first BMX race, giving the sport of BMX a whole new meaning to the team next generation. So that's really cool. Now they're, I think Greg Hill's son is an actor. I see Greg Hill dropping some things on Facebook. You can see his son has been in some major TV shows. So, he went a different direction. But man, I'd love to be a TV star. I'll tell you that. Dawn of the Living Legends, and then we have School of Gas. This is about Brian Gass here. And then Youngblood, check it out. Is that Eric Carter on Schwinn? This guy just won the Pro-Am at the Dirty Fest last weekend. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? I want to say it was the weekend before. Yeah, it was probably 2 weeks ago. What was really cool is he won the Pro-Am. He beat Dick Cheeseburger, who was leading, and then Eric did his legendary swoop. But his son finished third. So that was awesome. I watched some of the highlights of that, as a matter of fact, today on YouTube. I'm like, oh, check it out. Eric's son is in there. And he was wearing some of his old Hyper colors. So that was really, really cool. Vision Hollywood streetwear. And then Flash at the newsstand. And let's keep on moving because there's a lot in here to look at. We got a Schwinn Sting ad. Let's see, that set the standard now and redefines them. Sting, the classic Schwinn Sting. That's really cool. Never owned a Schwinn Sting, but I've seen plenty of them in my day, and this must have been the newest version as of 1988. So that's pretty cool. I think that's Eric Carter right there. Yep, Eric Carter here in this portion of the ad. That's really cool. First class BMX, and then we got a pretty cool dyno ad. Looks like it's just clothes, but really cool. Very typical for the 80s. Lots of bright colors. Then we have another styling ad here, and then the JT Racing ad. These pants are so cool. I really like them. It's funny because you look at the way these JT Racing pants were fitted, and they're very tight, very fitted, strapped down. I mean, they're really tapered down to your ankles. And guess what? That's race style pant. I mean, that racing pant style is in now. I mean, everybody's race pants look like yoga pants. They're super tight. So, and that's what these look like basically then. These are really cool pants. The weird thing is I bought a new set of race pants, and I got to tell you guys, they're so thin. I don't know if I'm going to use them. I put them on and I go, wow, I know everybody's wearing these, but golly, they feel like I'm wearing like jogger pants. Like I have like those old school like Nike and Reebok jogging suits that you can buy. They're really thin, like nylon feeling. That's what they feel like. And I'm like, I don't know, if I fall in this, it's gonna hurt. So yeah, I'll probably use them anyway. Look at Eric Group, really cool. These gloves look pretty awesome. Yeah, I love these helmets. Although I never had one, but they do look really cool. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, look at John Tomac. So this is Eli Tomac's dad, I believe. Eli Tomac was a supercross, motocross superstar, and this is his dad. And he was racing for for Mongoose. I think it was Mongoose. I think it was Mongoose. And then he transferred over to the mountain bike scene. So this is a really cool interview. I'd love to read this later. I'm not going to do it now, though. Okay, let's keep going. More stuff on John Tomac right here. And what does it say here? I started racing in 1976, raced up until 1985 when I was 16. I won a national championship on 20 inchers in NBL. My sponsor was Mongoose. I was living in Michigan, and then he turned pro. That's really cool. There's a whole lot to read here, and if I had more time, I would read it for you guys, but we'll just have to read that later. We got the California Skate Express. This is a really cool ad. It's strange how many skateboard ads are in BMX magazines. I mean, here's another one. It's funny because I never thought about it until I started doing the review of the magazines, and I go, wow, there's just been a lot of skateboard ads in these things. Got S&S Racing Bikes. I love this rendering right here with the van and the parts trailer in the back. That's pretty awesome. And then we got Cecil John's ad over here with the Boss handlebars. I've commented on these bars before, and these are some of the best handlebars I think I've used. I had these on my Skyway, and then I got another set for my PK Ripper, and I really, really like these handlebars. The only thing I would say, the only negative thing I could say is the bars are so narrow, it's a little tricky putting your number plate on, but that's, I don't know if that's even a complaint, but that's the only thing negative I can really say about the bars. The rise, the bend, they were pretty awesome. We got Frankfurt BMX right here. And then here we go. All right, this is the Worlds, IBMX World Championships in Santiago, Chile. Now, there's a good chance I've run across this in some of my race videos. I've done so many of them, I can't remember sometimes what I've looked at, but this sounds really familiar, so I think I might have looked at it. This is the pro practice shot right here. You can see, look at Gary's in sweat, so they're just practicing. That's a really cool shot. I think this is, oh yeah, that's Charles Townsend. He was on RevCore. I think RevCore was kind of like a spin-off of CW, if I remember correctly, so that's a really cool shot. I love his helmet. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Okay, let's go to the next page. Oh, wow. Look at this shot. This is great. I'll try to bring this in a little closer for you guys so you can see it a little bit better, but that's a really, really good shot right there. You got the who's the riders in this photo? Let's take a look. This photo gives you an indication of the size of the Santiago crowd and how hot BMX is getting in Holland. Number 29 is Amaya's Rob Bolton, who won 16-17 cruiser in the mid-pack, is our boy BJ Grant, who became a ground magnet most of the weekend. You know what, guys? I really need to switch my contact lenses out because they're old and some of this print is looking kind of fuzzy to me, and I should have thought of that before I started this video, but that's okay. We'll just do the best we can. We got the super class picture right here. And then, is this Todd Lyons? Let's take a look. Yeah, it is. This is a good shot of Todd. Look at this one. That's a really good shot. Love it. And it says here, guest contributor Todd Lyons smokes his comp and at the same time makes the crowd fuming mad. Don't worry, he represented us Americans well, competitively, if not diplomatically. You know, I was listening to a interview with Todd, and I've listened to a few interviews with Todd. I'm always interested to hear what he has to say, but it was on the Our BMX YouTube channel, and he has like just books and books and books, all these personal journals that he filled out while he was racing, and he's got tons of them. He literally was writing down everything that was happening. And you know, it's funny because you think about stuff like that and you go, oh, I don't need to write that down, I'm not going to forget. But man, you guys, I forgot most of the things that have happened to me in my life. And if you write down all these things that he experienced, you know, throughout his race career, he can just reference back and go, this happened this day, this happened at this race, this happened after the race. It's just really, really cool. I love listening to Todd speak. And one of the cool things about Todd is this is what kind of inspired me to do race reviews, by the way, is Todd, because he has he was doing these little YouTube reels where he was watching his own races and he was kind of commenting on what was happening. But he's so much funnier than me, and I like listening to his stuff. And then I thought to myself, wow, that would be a cool thing to do, is just do race reviews. And that's what I'll be doing later this week. We'll be doing another one, but let's just keep on going. Otherwise, I'll be talking till the sun falls here. All right, what do we got here? Oh, look at this shot of Gary right here. This is really cool. Oh, he is wearing goggles. Remember I commented on that? He's tucked, looking really good right there. And he was at the Dirty Fest too. I saw some photos of him out there. So let's see what happened in terms of the finishes. So Gary Ellis won the title. Mike King picked up second, and Greg Hill picked up third. In terms of Superclass, it was David Kassler's Bas de Bever, and then Xavier Redos from France. So it was France, Holland, France. And then as far as the pros are concerned, it was a USA sweep on the top three for the podium. So that is awesome. Very awesome. Here's Mike King right here. It's a good shot of Mike right there. Rain and BMX don't mix too well. Mikey King expresses his feelings of almost everybody. That would have sucked. You got Greg Hill here, sitting with Gary Ellis. And I don't know who the other... Oh, Blazer. So Blazer, Hill, and Ellis. That's really cool. Look at Rick Palmer. That's a really good shot right there. Rick Palmer, no habla español, but the phrase free stickers is universal. He's getting mobbed for those free stickers. That's really cool. All right, let's keep on going. We've seen this one before. This is a really, really cool ad. I love this one. You know, the thing that puzzles me is you see Harry not in uniform. So, like I think I said before, I'm wondering if he was... I know he had to be racing. This guy never stops racing, so I don't know why he's not in uniform here, but this is just a great shot. And I love the AXO jerseys. I actually had an AXO jersey. Man, I feel like I've had a little bit of everything, guys. I remember the collar especially, how it kind of goes up your neck, kind of like a crew neck type shirt or whatever you would call it. So that's a really cool jersey. Let's keep going. More stickers, more skateboards. Oh, here we go. The MCS Magnum, the mighty $300 moto machine. Wow. I remember, I think Terry Tennant kind of put MCS on the map, because when I think about MCS riders, he's like the first image that comes to my mind is seeing Terry on an MCS. This is a really cool... Look at this no-hander right here. And that was Brian Hernandez doing that. That is a really cool shot. Wendy took that shot. Yeah, I love her stuff, just like Bob's. Oh, look at this picture, guys. That's amazing looking. Look at that. That is so cool. It looks like it's Hernandez again. Looks like he's got his knee on the top tube of his frame, and his foot is on the other side. Kind of like a knack-knack, but he didn't fully extend with one hand. Oh my gosh. That is just complicated. By today's standard, it's just pretty tame, but back in '88, that was super rad. Oh, look at this shot. Dang, look at that. That is awesome. That was, again, little Pepe Hernandez. That is freaking amazing. That's all Wendy right there. Here's the actual bike right here. Really well put together. Super basic, but definitely got the job done. As you can see, these guys were killing it. We got another ad here for Kegels. Club Homeboy here. Homeboy Magazine. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever looked at one of these. You got a tech ad here. Uh-oh. Let's see. Brace yourself. New BMX Action logo, February '89. And I do know what that one's going to look like. And as a matter of fact, I think I have that magazine. I was going through the ones that my cousin had given me. And by the way, James, I'm getting towards the bottom. I've run through these things. So I'm going to be having to return a lot of these magazines. Let's keep going. Oh, this is so cool. Is this Shelby James? Let me take a look here. It says, we thought it'd be interesting to ask, boy, I can't even read that, various racers the same question and get various answers. What we found out was completely different. Mongoose's Shelby James has a higher rep than we imagined. That's a really, really, really good shot. Look how dark it is in the background. That's awesome. And this is just some of the questions that they asked some of the pros. They questioned Eddie King, Billy Griggs, Mike King. It says, what rider of any age do you think will someday be the #1 pro if he continues at the rate that he's going? And somebody, Eddie King said he sees Kenny May and Shelby James doing it. And then Billy Griggs, he said the same thing. He said if Shelby James stays at the rate he's going, basically winning every race, there's no question he'll be a #1 pro. Oh, wow. Mike King said Shelby James because of his winning experience, size, and determination. Wow. Charles Townsend said if any person who wants to be #1 pro bad enough, they can do it. So he picked nobody. He just says anybody can do it if they want it bad enough. I really like that. Eric Roop said without a doubt, Shelby James. He dominates his class like no one else in the sport. Wow. He got all the votes. Everybody said he's the man. And I don't think Shelby really pursued a pro career that I remember. I think he got into the older AMs, and I know he played basketball. I don't know where his interests went from there, and I don't know much about his pro career, so if anybody knows, you can comment below. But I do know he dominated as an amateur. Oh, check it out, Mile High Nationals. Now, they're not covering the whole race. Unfortunately, we only got the one shot. But look at that picture. That is really, really cool. Looks like Kenny May in there. I love it. Mile High Nationals, but no coverage. Oh man, that's such a tease because it looked like there was gonna be a full thing, a full ad on it, but it doesn't look like it. We got the F1s here, Hammer Products, and then moving on, West BMX, Peregrine, and it looks like Wooden Wheels and Skates. Wow, that's probably about the third or fourth, at least the fourth skateboard shop I've seen. Oh, here we go. All right, hold on, guys. Now we're talking. The 1988 Super Nationals, Yorba Linda, California. Whoa, this picture is amazing. I love this, man. This would be a great poster. We got Mr. T, Terry Tennant right here. And then we have Todd Blazer right here, looking really smooth on Elf. Look at MCS, like I was telling you guys. Redline, and we have Billy Griggs. Mike King doing it for Haro. Greg Hill still in there banging bars with the best in the world on Robinson. This gentleman, I'm not sure, and I can't identify the rider back here, but that's pretty good. Does it say who's who? Oh, it's Turnell Henry. All right. That is amazing. Look at that shot, guys. Let's just soak that in for a second. That is a great race picture right there. All right, let's move on. Here's Billy Griggs again, and Terry Tennant going at it. And this shot right here, Billy and Terry on the jammy. That's a really cool shot. I was looking at one of Terry's videos yesterday. He's got a brand new Race Inc. that he just put together, and it's the newest version of Race Inc. It's a really cool looking bike, and he said he's going to be racing at the upcoming National in Roseville next month. So I'm looking forward to seeing him race in person. I hope I can get to that one because I definitely want to get some footage. And, oh, look at this, Galen Starlin, free agent. This guy was the king of the visorizers. That was a good shot. And then who do we have here? This photo was by Giberson. It looks like Matt Hayden. No, it's the Green Machine. That's Justin Green right there. Whoops, sorry guys, I didn't realize that was. Oh no, that's my first faux pas of the night. I'm really sorry, guys. Yeah, Justin Green right there. Sorry I dropped the camera, guys. That's unexcusable. All right, let's keep going. And then, oops, like we're getting towards the end here. And another, this is to subscribe to the magazine again. No big deal here. Let's keep going. Oh, here are the results. Man, this dude was just in amazing shape. Cecil Johns. Man, he could have been a professional bodybuilder. I don't know if he did do that or not, but look at this dude. Look, it could have been an action hero. And then we have Blazer down here. These guys are all in crazy shape. Good shot of Mike King right here. And then we got Mr. Roop. Looking good. Guy's always been around. And let's see who won. So the team trophy was won by Free Agent. Factory Boss took second, and then GT Bicycles took third. For the Bike Shop trophy, it was BC, Jim Dye's team, and then D&M Racing. So for the pro class, it looks like Greg Hill won pro, and Eric Roop got second. Mike King picked up the third. So that must have been, man, I'm going to look for this race, guys. I definitely want to see some footage. After Mike King, so Gary Ellis finished, it looks like fourth. Sean Texas, Billy Griggs, Malum Abrams, and Richard Fleming. Wow, that's awesome. On single A Pro, Dana Griffin won that one. Rest in peace. Shane Wimberly, that's my new buddy from Facebook. Picked up second in A Pro. I hope I'm gonna have to send you this one, buddy. Then we have Brent Shoop, and it looks like Chris Mad Dog Moeller. It says Fireball Sheets Big E picked up looks like sixth. Swifty O'Gorman, and then Greg Stanley. For Pro Open, Billy Griggs won that one, and then Terry Tennant picked up second. Sean Texas with the third, Travis Chipres with the fourth, and then Gary Ellis picked up the fifth. Looks like Dana Griffin with the sixth, Pistol Pete Loncarovich, and Rick Palmer brought it to a close in the Pro Open. For Pro Cruiser, I'm sorry, Mad Dog Hole. Oh man, let's start all over on that one. I don't know why I said Mad Dog. Anyway, Sheepdog Hole, he won that one. We got Mr. T, Terry Tennant picking up second in Pro Cruiser. And then Eric Root picked up the fourth. They're putting like their nicknames in here, so it's hard for me to distinguish. Dennis Balch, Cecil Johns, Todd Corbett, Dee Leone, and Crazy Ronnie Anderson. And that's how they finished in the pro class at this particular national, so that's really cool. What else do we have? On the cover, look at Gary Ellis. Got Greg Hill here with him. Man, these guys must have had some great stories with all the touring that they did together. That's really cool. And then we got Auburn Cycles, Coastal Bike Supply, and we're almost done, guys. Here's some outtakes. And then finally, a Vision Streetwear ad with Mr. Pete Lonkarevich racing for Haro. This is a really cool ad, like a speeding bullet VSW. Look at the Vision sweats. I had some of these. That's really cool. And that's it, guys. We did it. We did. Oh, that's a Torker ad. Check it out on the back cover. Didn't even notice it was Torker. And we're done, guys. BMX Action, December 1988. That's in the books. Hope you guys like this one. I actually did. This was a really good one. Sorry, I'm sorry that this is going to be the last time we're going to see BMX Action look like that. But this was a great magazine nonetheless. Please like and subscribe, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. Last video picked up 1,000 views in 5 days. I was so stoked to see that. Let's keep them going, guys. I'm going to do a race video before the end of the week. We'll get that up. And again, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.
I got it. At first it was hard. Nobody believed me. Ever since then, I'm making it clear. This my year. This my year. I hustle in the dark with a bright my head. Get the bright idea.